Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Car Radio and like our Facebook page, Car Radio Worldwide. And check out our website, www.carradio.co.za. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Car Radio and like our Facebook page, Car Radio Worldwide. And check out our website, www.carradio.co.za.
I told her to do his hair.
Where's him feel
Usiphathele zona ufanele sindumise uJesu wathi mina ingumaluso muhle ezami zivungiyazazi izibiza namagama izihonele madelweni aluhlaza nasemanzini okuphumula azisweli azilambi ingumaluso muhle uJesu wathi mina ingumaluso muhle ezami zivungiyazazi izibiza ngamagama iziholele madelweni aluhlaza nasemanzini okuphumula azisweli azilambi ingumaluso muhle. Yeah, but yes, you are still listening to Car Radio. Yeah, as I've promised, Ruti and Letela a guest. Her name is Nyasha Musavengana. She is a business lady. So we'll be talking about balancing life and businesses for a businesswoman. La pitama business in getting. So if you are a businesswoman or you would like to start a business, so please just tune in with us. Apphia is here for you to equip you, to give you the information that she has. So hello Apphia, how are you? Welcome to Car Radio.
I'm good, Noxolo, Nene. How are you doing? Hello everyone, hello the viewers.
Yes, I'm doing great. So please tell us, who is Apphia?
Okay, so Apphia Nyasha Msavengana is a young entrepreneur. I'm president of Concord Young Women in Business Zimbabwe, which is a women entrepreneur empowerment group of women. And it is also a motherboard visionary for SADC Success Awards, where we honor women, companies, and individuals who are doing well in the various work platforms. I'm also SADC youth leader, and I own various businesses.
That is so amazing. So today we'll be talking about balancing personal life and balancing even business for businesswomen. So yeah, this is an interesting topic for us because I know you are a businesswoman and you have a lot of experience. So why is it important to balance personal life and business life?
It is very important for you to be able to balance your business and personal life, because if you are not able to balance your personal life, it will also affect your work environment or your business environment or the people that you work with. So you are supposed to always reduce the stress, especially in your personal life. It is always personal side that affect mostly the business or work side, because if you're having issues in your personal space, social space, home space, then you will not be able to focus in building your work and also building your business. So it is very, very important to watch your stress, to make sure that you control your personal life, so you'll be able to wake up early in the morning and manage a new day in your business life.
Yeah. So how do you balance your personal life and business also? How do you do that? Because you all know that women are questioned with how can you have a business, while you have a family, you have to take care of all of your children, you have to take care of your husband, in all of your family. you find out that there are some questions that are being asked by the elders. That's how can you wake up early in the morning and go for work, and while you are not doing something for your children. So how do you balance that?
First thing first, you need to have
Hello,
a
Apphia, do you get
timetable.
me?
Can you hear me?
So I guess again we have as I want to be a businesswoman, what are the challenges that I'm going to face, or what are the similarities? So that is why it is very important to know how to balance your personal life and business life, because you'll find out I take my personal stress to my businesses, yes, to my businesses, and then to go to business lam asayenzi ngendlela ekumele eyenze ngayo, bangifaka izinto zami zasebhizinisini lami elokuzane nasemndenini, futhi uthole ukuthi efemelini sesixabana ngendaba zebhizinisi lami kuphela, but then ngoba sekuyimina lo engihamba kanje and angiyiboni futhi ukuthi yimina lo inkinga, so siba ney'nkinga ey'ningi kunjalo. So that is why it is important for us ukuthi sibhalansise ibhizinisi ne-personal life, sibhalansise ibhizinisi ne-personal life ukuthi ihambe kahle. Because ngempela you find out ukuthi ezinye izinto ama-businesses ayastopha, uthole ukuthi ayastopha just because i-personal life yakho yeah, it's too much for wena, so awukwazi ukucontrol. If ungakwazi ukucontrola, kuba nalezo zinto lezi iy'lingo ezenzakalayo, yabo, iy'lingo lezi ezenzakalayo ezenza ukuthi nawe in your businesses ungasa-prosperish ngendlela ekumele uprosperish ngayo. So it's very important for wena-ke as a businesswoman ukuthi uzazi ukuthi uyaphi nokuthi yini oyifunayo empilweni yakho, nokuthi wazi ama-boundaries. So you have to set ama-boundaries ukuthi this is my life and this is my business life. Kwi-business life yami ngenza kanje, on my work because I'm a business owner fanele ngenze kanje as umphathi, izinto zakho personal life yami zinga-affect i-business lami, zinga-affect i-business lami. So it's very important for us ukuthi sazi ukuthi senza kanjani. So sino Apphia sobe sesikhulumayo because umbuzo wesibili owesi-3 uzobe usuthi how do you balance your personal life and i-business, because kulokho okokuqala besakhuluma ngokubaluleka okulontonja okubalansisa i-business life ne-personal life. Hi, Aph, are you back?
Yes, I'm here, Noxolo. Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you clearly. I'm sorry for that. So the third question is, how do you balance your personal life and business life?
Okay. So as I was saying, Noxolo, firstly, you need to have a to-do list before you go to bed. You need to balance what you need to do the next day, because most of women, obviously, they are mothers, and they have, besides being mothers, they have responsibilities at home, and they need to take care of those responsibilities before they can be able to jump into their business or work. So you need to make sure that you wake up in time to be able to balance your to-do list at home before you are able to reach work. And you have to give yourself enough rest so that you cannot be stressed too much. You need to work out. You need also to be able to do things that free your mind so that you don't have a lot of things in your mind, so you won't make mistakes, especially at work. Because if you don't finalize whatever you want to do at home, if you don't put things in order at home, then you will not be able to focus at work. Because while you're at work or making a presentation, that's when you start thinking of the child, or you left the iron on, or you left the stove on, all these things. Then they affect your environment at work. So you get to be stressful, you get to be depressed and lose focus, all these things. So for you to be able to balance the two, make sure every day you have to have your to-do list. This works well for me. I know today that I need to do A, B, C, D, and give yourself time to rest. You really, really need that.
Yeah, it is very important to rest, and it is very important to set your mind clear before you do anything. Thank you, Apphia. So we are going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of having a business at an early stage, and the advantages of, the disadvantages and the advantages. So we're going to start with the disadvantages of having a business at an early stage, like 18, 20, 25, 23. Yeah. What are the disadvantages?
Okay, so the disadvantages are that you may give up early. You may give up early, especially when you don't have enough knowledge, when you don't have enough mentorship, when you don't have training. You make a whole lot of mistakes because you want to jump early into something that you do not have knowledge of. You want to jump early into doing something that you have not give yourself enough space to say, okay, am I ready to do this? Is this really, really what I want to do? You may find out maybe a year or 2 years later, you are not even interested in that. You only decided to do that business because you admire someone in that business, or you want to follow suit, or you think there's enough finances, or it was the only thing available. Then later on, you tend to want to jump into another thing. By then, maybe it is too late for you. So these are some of the disadvantages that you may face if you get into business at an early age.
Yeah, so it is very important when you are starting a business, you have to have a mentor. So tell us the importance of having a mentor while you're starting your business.
It's a very, very need to have a mentor when you're starting a business, when you are in business, when you are making decision in business, and even before you do anything in business, because a second mindset may bring you or broad your thinking. It may also give you other knowledges that you do not know of, because mentors, they are people that have walked this journey before. They know the mistakes, they know the challenges, they know the benefits. So it's better for you to walk to learn from other people's mistakes than you wasting a time and making mistakes that you have to fix later on. So if you are mentored by someone that is in that business and they know the mistakes, and when you're about to make them, they tell you, no, I think you should go this direction because this direction did not work for me. So you always, in whatever you do, in whatever business or even in your work, have a mentor.
Yeah, it is very important. So let's get into the advantages of having a business at an early stage. Yeah, what are the advantages?
Okay, there are so many advantages. You get to have knowledge at an early age. You get to know a whole lot at an early age, and even if you make mistakes, you still have time to mend them. And you get to, by the time that you 5 years in the business, you have all the time to mess up, to make good connections, to learn, to get knowledge. And by the time that you are a stable age, you already a master in that business you are doing. So it's also good that we teach our children business at an early age so that they know how to be financially stable when they're still young. It's also good for young women to be able to be empowered when they are young, because when they grow older, they don't depend on somebody. They don't get to make harsh decisions. At least they are able to mend themselves. They are able to make decisions on themselves. They have knowledge on how to go about it. Even they decide, no, I do not want business. They already know why they're making this decision. They already know what the difference between work and business. So it's also good for you to get in business, even if you see on your spare time, you see companies that are offering part-time jobs. Get into that lane, because you never know what you sit on in future. You never know. So it's better never to miss an opportunity. It's better to get that opportunity, learn on it, keep the knowledge, keep the certificate. You may use it at any time.
Yeah, that is wise. Thank you very much, Apphia. We see that it is very important to learn and not to let yourself down, to have an experience. So as a person, it is very important to volunteer so that you can have your experience in that corner. So I just want you to give us the difference between the entrepreneur and the entrepreneur. Yeah, the difference between those two things.
Okay, there's not much difference. Let's say a mompreneur and a workpreneur and a businesspreneur. There's not much difference. The only difference is you get to make your own decision when you're an entrepreneur. That's the huge difference on it. Because as an entrepreneur, you get to say, okay, today I'm not going to the office. Today I'll be having my meetings at so place. But when you are entrepreneur, when you are working for somebody, you have someone making decisions for you. You have someone have the program for you, which will, when we get back to the first question, which will make life hard for you. Because when you're an entrepreneur, you can balance very well your life.
Yeah.
You can balance very well because you can put everything on pause and move on one thing. But now when you are working, you will not be able to do that, because you will have to wait for your manager or your supervisor or your boss to say, okay, Apphia, today it's A, B, C, D. And maybe they may not tell you the information early. They may not give you your timetable early. They may tell you when you get to the office, this is what you are doing. And you have set aside your social or your work timetable, which will crash. So the difference is, being an entrepreneur got a whole lot of advantages. Lot of advantages, but we're not saying people should not work low, should not work for entrepreneurs or companies. But being an entrepreneur has got a whole lot of advantages. It's got a whole lot in the basket. It may be stressful and a lot of challenges, but it gives you enough time.
Okay, so thank you very much once again. So I've seen many things that, when you are starting a business also, and there's a time where your business stop working and you see everything is not moving. And what do you do about that? Because you are a successful businesswoman. I know that I'm for sure that you have faced many challenges. So what are the challenges that you faced as a businesswoman, and how did you conquer them?
Okay. There are challenges more than happy moments when you're a business, especially a woman. There discrimination, loss of funds, financial disability, people not want to be empowered by you, or people not want to work with you or being employed by you because you are a woman. And there's a whole lot of things like stress, because women generally, we just do things emotionally, even if you're a groomed businesswoman, but there's a time you make decisions emotionally. So the best way you can overcome this is to know when to act, to know when to stop, to know when to keep quiet, and to know when to move. If you make harsh decisions, you always make wrong moves. And there are times that it's a harsh environment, but you're not supposed to sit, you're supposed to make a move. It's then that you need wisdom. It's then you need a great team. Because if you're a woman in business and you do not have a great team, you always fail. So make sure there is a great team around you that advise you on your emotional moment. They come to the table and they bring a solution, a great solution to whatever you want to do. You can never achieve anything alone as a businesswoman. Always have 2-3 people who always stand by you, who act as Apphia when you are down, who work as Apphia when you are down, who present you when you are not there. That's what you need as a businesswoman to conquer most of those challenges.
Yeah, so I would like to say thank you very much for this information. I didn't know that, but then now I know that we have to do what. So I need you to give us the words of encouragement to encourage every young or elderly businesswoman. Just encourage them, because you are here to empower them. You are here to equip them, because I know you have the company, they said that you are grooming young businesswomen. Yeah, that is so interesting. So I just want you to touch there with what are you actually doing over there, because we need that, to empower young businesswomen, because we know that as young as we are, we have potential to do many things, because some of us, we are looking down at ourselves to the point whereby when we look at the mirror, we see nobody, But then we want to look at the mirror and say, wow, this is not only, this is a business woman, this is so and so. Give them that vavavoom, You can do it even when you have a child at an early stage, you can still do it. So just give us that. Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing is stand up, do something about your situation. Even it means you wake up in the morning, practice what you want to be. Wake up in the morning, bath, and look for where to go. Practice whatever that it is that you want to be. I know most people may say, I don't have finances to do this. I don't have, I'm not mobile. I don't have phone. I don't have data, etc. That thing, you're not going to find it. Whatever that is you're looking for, you're not going to find it inside your room. You're not going to find it inside your house. It is out there. So the first step is to go out there and look for it, but not quietly. My motto is, a voice heard is a voice empowered. If people don't hear you, they're not going to assist. If people don't hear your story, they're not going to be able to reach out. So be heard so that somebody may hear your story and may be interested and may be able to empower you. But at the end of the day, is behind every successful woman is herself. Woman, we are surrounded by challenges, but if you want to tackle those challenges, is you by yourself, the people that you keep around you, the team that you work with, the people you work with, what you do on each and every day. Is it building you or is it disgracing you? But first thing first, build a name, because a name will take you everywhere you want to be.
Okay, wow, that is so amazing. Yeah, as a businesswoman, you have to know your story. You have to know who you are. Because you'll find that some people, they do not know themselves, but then they know my name is Noxolo Nene, but then where do you stand? You do not know. So it's very important to find your position. As you said before that you have like challenges when it comes to like, because you are a woman, so some men, they do not want to be like, they don't want a woman to be the head. So how do you handle that? Because men, they have their own behavior, they have their their behavior that is so like tempting, that is so putting down the woman's spirit. So how do you do that? Because I know that you are also like working with men. So how do you handle that?
Okay, so character begins at home. I'm a married woman, but I'm grateful that my husband is a very supportive one. He really, really, really support. Even if he sees that this thing is not going to end anyway, and I have so much belief in that thing, he'll just support for the sake of, okay, there may be a miracle that may happen. So sometimes people may not believe in you. Sometimes even your partner, the closest people, sometimes majority of people that are close to you, they can never support your business. They can never support your idea, because those people, they know you too much to think that you cannot go anywhere, you cannot achieve anything. Your husband may think you are better off as a housewife and not a business person, and may not need to invest or support something that will hit a wall. So it is you who have to prove negative wrong. It is you who have to bring the positive energy. It is you who have to push people to support you, because whatever you're going to start is always going to have a 1 view or 0 views. But as you go on, people they will pick an interest in your business, in whatever you are doing. As you go on, it's you, as you walk your journey, that you pull positive vibes. Because some people are lucky, when they start their business, they have support, they have financial support, they have social support, they have family support, they even have their husbands and brothers support. But as they go on, they pick negative vibes, which those people will pull out. So it is your energy that people will pick on. It is your focus, your passion in whatever you're doing. If people say, no, this is bringing fruits, they will join in. Men at first are hesitation of women because of their experiences, of their mothers, of their sisters, or what they experience in their homes with their wives. So they will hesitate a woman standing in front of them and trying to explain a professional side of herself. But it is you that make people to say, okay, we are supporting you.
So as you said about negative energy and the positive energy, so some of the listeners do not know what is that. So I need you to elaborate that. How do I attract negative energy and how do I attract positive energy into my life? Are those are the people or what? So just like elaborate it for us, because some of the people do not know about that positivity and negativity.
Okay. So negative energy is being at the wrong place at the right time, or being at the wrong place at the wrong time, and connecting with the wrong people that go against what you're trying to present. So let's say you are a businesswoman, you empower young girls and young women. As Apphia, there are certain places that you're not expecting to see me, or I'm not supposed to be seen. So if people, they see me in those places, I'm attracting myself bad energy and negative views from people. So you may have a past that you like, or a social life that you like. If you say, no, this is the path of business that I now choose, it means you have to cut certain things. It's about making choices. for one good reason. So at making positive energy is being seen with other women that are doing the same thing you are doing, empowering women that motivate other people, being seen with people that has got stories that people they are following on. Those are the things that we're talking about. So if you see me, Apphia, fighting on the road, and then the next thing I'm coming to you and I'm saying it is very bad to do A, B, C, D. People will give you a black eye to say, okay, so what is this? Because so these are the negative vibes that we're talking about, negative energy, being seen at wrong places, being seen with the wrong people, or doing the wrong thing that don't present what you are doing or what you represent.
Yeah, true. So let's go to the importance of presenting yourself as a businesswoman, to present your stuff, because I know you touched it, to present yourself, you know. So why is it important for us as women to present ourselves, like the way we dress and the way we talk, the way we work, you know, all the things that you are doing as women. So why is it important to present yourself as a businesswoman, to be attractive to some other businesswoman or man? Yeah.
When you, let's say we are attending a whole lot of events as a representative in the offices of women empowerment,
Yeah.
when try to put effort in your dressing. It does not need you to go buy a whole new wardrobe. Try whatever that you have in the house, try to put it all together, to try to put effort, because as you get in a room and you just look anyhow, people will turn once and focus on what they are doing.
Yeah.
And other business people, you may go to them and try to greet them, they'll just greet. They will not ask of your name, they will not ask of the business you are doing, because they already have seen that you are not the type of dress they would want to see in their office, or they would want to be seen associated with.
Yeah.
So, even as you get in front of people and you speak, but already your dressing have discouraged them. So instead of them focusing on what you're saying, and even you are talking something that is making sense, to them, they're already looking at you and dressing you. This is people's mindset. You cannot run away from it. So try to put effort. Even they invite you for a church service, the first time, try to put effort. Even they invite you for an event, try to put effort on your time, on your dressing, on your presentation. Be someone who is people, it's easy for people to talk to. There's nothing in this world that says give people an attitude or look rich, you go somewhere. Never. You may have made all the money in this world, but the people next door, you still need them. That's why wherever you go, we still have neighbors. There is a reason why there's someone called a neighbor, because no matter where you go, you will still not need those people. They'll still help you at some point. You still associate with them at some point. You still sit with them at some point. So be a likable person. When you go somewhere, let people vote for you in your absence, to say, okay, we are voting for Noxolo because of A, B, C, D. They are able to believe that even in their absence, you dress well, you behave well, you look well wherever you go. So the way you dress, the way you speak, how you act, it also represents the people that speak your name in your absence.
Yeah. So because we are talking about balancing life and the business life, let's get to the personal life, because you are a married woman, you are a wife. So because it's your business, you are a boss. So it's your house. You don't need to be a boss, right? So you are a wife. The man is the head of the family. So how do you deal with that? Because some of other people, they cannot, they be the boss at home and they be the boss at work. So how do you bow down to from being a boss to being a wife?
Okay, so it's a way of mindset thinking. And in my home, it's always communication. My husband knows what I'm going to do today. He knows right now I'm on online radio interview. So he will never call because I've already communicated with him. So let's say I don't communicate with him and he starts calling now and I'm declining calls or I'm not picking calls. It may create problems in my marriage, which also create problems in my business. So I always make sure in whatever I do as a wife, I communicate. Him as a man, he's not allowed to say, I'm going A, I'm going B. No. But me as a wife, because I'm under him, I have to make sure he knows my A to Z. As I wake up in the morning, if I know exactly what I'm going to do, I tell him, you know what, baby, this is A, B, C, D that I'm going to do today. But I think by this time, I'll be free. And if he's got anything he wants me to do, he knows that, okay, Apphia around 3 to 4, 5, she is free. So then she can do A, B, C, D for me. Or he knows that Apphia, she's there. If anything is cancelled, I also inform. So it is about communication and respect in the house as well. If you want your partner to support whatever you do, be able to communicate with them. Put them in whatever you are doing. They must be like, it's you, they must be part of the journey. Force them to be part of that journey so they may understand how this is important for you.
That is so powerful. I like it. So it's all about understanding each other, respecting each other, and as a wife, because the work of the wife is to submit. So you are submitting. That's what you are trying to say. Yes, you are submitting. So it is very important for a wife to submit to her husband. So Apphia, thank you very much for giving me this time. I love you so much. I don't take this for granted. Thank you very much for giving me the time to interview you. So what are your last words?
Okay, my last word is let's come together. Ladies, if you hear any event about women, if you have the time, please attend. This event, as long as it's giving something in your life, please attend. Don't cry over lost milk. Don't be at places that don't benefit you. Don't invest in things that don't benefit you. Invest in the future of your children. Invest in your future. Invest in your name. Invest your time in building something that will benefit you tomorrow.
Thank you. So what are the social media handles so that our viewers and listeners can follow you and reach you?
Okay, so you can reach me on Facebook. It's Apphia Nyasha Savingana, APPHIA, or on Instagram, it's Apphia/Queen Boss, Apphia/Queen Boss. But you can get me on email at aphianya with a double A at gmail.com. Aphianya with a double A at gmail.com.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Apphia. It was so great to talk to you today. Abasilalela phayana ku-radio, siyabonga futhi nakhona who are watching us on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you very much. If you want to listen to us on car radio, there is a link over there. You just have to click it and then just lalela phaya ku-car radio. Yes. Thank you, Apphia, once again.
Thank you so much, Noxolo, for having me.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.